Hello and welcome back. So this is Contracts Delivered once more, and I'm writing about episode 8, rewriting the entire story of episode 8. That's what I'm doing today. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And let's begin this story. We start off on an isolated world, vast seas and a few land masses jutting out of them. Atop one of the larger islands exists a Jedi temple, although no longer in its former glory. Within the ruins of the old Jedi temple, we can see that it has weathered assaults from the Separatists and has been hidden from the Empire, but it recently has been burnt down to the ground, and we're currently seeing Rey training inside one of the larger halls of the building that no longer has a roof, and is surrounded by charred wood and broken clay and stone. There are no tall spires to be seen here, or the iconic Jedi Temple domes. Everything has been destroyed, except for the floor, and you can still see the Jedi Order's engravings within the marble floor. So, within this large inner chamber, Rey is currently training, while Luke is sitting cross-legged, as Rey gets shot at by Jedi training droids. She swiftly moves her lightsaber to block the attacks, while also being blindfolded. After a while, Rey stops this, and Luke stands up and tells her that they're now going to do some lightsaber training, where Rey attacks Luke while he easily blocks her with slow movements of his lightsaber that has been put on to less power mode, so it's no longer as dangerous and it can't actually hit her all too much, but he still hits her with the lightsaber, which zaps her with its energy, leaving slight stings behind. So as they slowly train, Luke teaches her lessons about not being overly aggressive with her fighting style and waiting for opportunities to attack her opponent. Although Luke swiftly deals with all of her attacks, and his own attacks are barely blocked by Rey. So from here, Luke will tell Rey to focus on her opponent and not engage out of anger whenever she makes a mistake by getting overly aggressive and trying to hit Luke. We'll see scenarios where Rey basically tries to stab Luke with her lightsaber and tries to dodge and parry and spin around him, but every single time she gets countered by Luke's lightsaber doing a swift movement and quickly hitting her in the back or in the side of the arm, preventing her from fully executing the move. We will then move on to another side of the galaxy, the New Republic's capital planet, where the New Republic has set up its new base. So here, the New Republic will be having delegations talk about what to do with the rising threat of the First Order, and then have a First Order light scout ship basically move into the system right in front of them, coming directly from a secret base of the First Order, and basically declare that they should all surrender before returning back to where they came from. With this bold action made by the First Order, the New Republic only has one answer left, and that is to assemble their navy and begin an assault of the First Order wherever that ship came from. As the ships gather, you can see a few old Mon Calamari made capital ships appear in the Armada, chunks still missing from them from decades ago, back when they still fought the Empire. Simple sheets of metal have been welded onto these massive holes within the ships, preventing air from escaping, but also not being fully refurbished, leaving them with dents. The New Republic keeps peace, and they no longer wage war, which is why I wanted them to have a bit of a battered ship, but I also wanted them to have a few newer ships in there as well, in order to keep peace. But the New Republic isn't like a warmongering government, so they no longer really have to buy new ships, and they no longer have to outfit their armies as much. So once the navy is prepared and the army is fully ready to go, they basically warp in wherever that ship came from, answering the First Order's call, only to realise that they warped in on a massive base, an entire planet made into the First Order's base, the Starkiller base. As the New Republic realise that they are severely outclassed in ordnance as well as ship size, they will try to escape, but their high-power turbo lasers and ion cannons will shoot down a lot of their ships, turn them to rubble, unable to break through even the basic planetary shields as they retreat, although some of the larger capital ships have to make large arcs around the other smaller ships in order to avoid crashing into them, leaving their sides and rear readily available to be shot by the Starkiller base, resulting in massive and heavy losses. Once the retreating ships have gone back to the New Republic's capital planet, it will basically send shockwaves of fear and panic throughout all aspects of the government, throughout the entire galaxy wherever the New Republic is based. And here they will receive a brand new call to actions, alongside Han and Chewie, leaving Luke Skywalker alone in the ruins of the old Jedi Temple. The special mission for Rey will be to capture a brand new First Order ship coming in from the very edges of the galaxy. She will be alongside a special Spec Ops unit to come and help basically man the ship after they have captured it alongside Han and Chewie. So they will go into the Outer Rim and search for this ship, while Luke slowly rises from the floor of the ruined Jedi Temple and decides to join the New Republic in whatever they're planning to do in order to counter-attack the First Order. So we will have a scene on the First Order light scout ship. Chewie, Han and Rey, as well as the Spec Ops unit, will basically go in there and they will have a massive firefight inside of the cruiser, I guess, light cruiser, taking control of it before sending a message back to the New Republic to start preparing for their mission, as they decide to basically go to Starkiller Base pretending to be the light cruiser. The First Order will obviously sense them, especially Snoke and Kylo, and they will let the ship land atop the Starkiller Base. And once they're landed, they will take everyone aboard prisoner. So once everyone aboard has been taken prisoner, Han and Rey will be taken to Snoke by Kylo himself, as well as some of his knights. Here, Finn will see what's happening on the Starkiller Base, because after serving on aboard a First Order Star Destroyer, he will basically be moved to Starkiller Base, because after the failure on Jakku, after the loss, almost near loss of the base on the other planet of Zorro in Episode 7, the First Order will take more precautions and they will move more troops onto Starkiller Base to man all the weapons, which is how the New Republic's navy got destroyed so quickly. So Finn will be here, and while Finn is there, alongside all the people that the First Order can spare, he'll obviously see a captured First Order light cruiser, and he will go down there in order to free the prisoners, using his security access as the guard for some of the areas in Starkiller Base, close off the doors in front and behind the leading prisoners. And once he does that, he will switch off the lights, which will allow Chewie to break free and knock out the few First Order troopers that are basically leading the convoy of prisoners. Then Finn uses key to let the prisoners go free, sending them to the armory. This is where Chewie will go towards the power generator for the Starkiller Base shields, while Finn and a few Spec Ops people decide to go and rescue Rey and Han. Rey will basically be forced to fight in front of Snoke, and she'll be fighting Kylo, while Han stands off to the side and is forced to watch, because Kylo wants to basically get rid of him himself, but he first has to deal with Rey, who Snoke wants to watch him fight to see who is worthier. The foolish Luke's apprentice, or his own corrupted apprentice from Luke. Finn will basically be watching everything that's happening and be preparing to switch off the security systems, as well as open the door for Rey to escape whenever she gets the upper hand against Kylo. And this is where Luke's teachings will come in really useful for Rey, because she will be able to stand her ground against Kylo's extremely aggressive assault, while also threatening him with her stance. And then when the opportunity is right, the light will go out, she will knock Kylo down, and then the doors will open in the chamber, allowing Rey and Han to run away, before closing behind on Kylo and a few of his knights. Now, the Red Guard around Snoke will not actually move in to stop Rey, because their only job is to protect Snoke. But Snoke will also not intervene, because it's Kylo's opportunity to show off and in front of his master, so it's basically Kylo's job to get rid of Rey, so Snoke will not interfere because he thinks it's beneath him to deal with Rey and Han. So this is where Kylo will give chase, breaking through doors as Finn basically closes them behind him. Meanwhile, Chewie is at the generator for Starkiller Base, and he's basically fighting off one of the Ren Knights with a wooden staff. And basically Chewie grabs the wooden staff and overpowers him before bashing him and destroying the power generator, and then running towards the First Order light cruiser in order to escape. Rey will meet up with Chewie, Han, and all the Spec Ops units alongside Finn, and they will start trying to board the light cruiser before being stopped by Kylo. Rey will be forced into a force duel with Kylo, where Kylo will be almost getting the upper hand on Rey as she's slowly losing, until Han shoulder barges into Kylo, forcing him down on the ground. This is where Finn and Chewie will listen to Han as he says to take Rey and escape. Meanwhile, Kylo gets back up and stabs Han through the chest with his lightsaber, Rey shouting for him as Rey is basically dragged into the bowels of the First Order light cruiser, over the ramp, and then they will fly away. But Kylo does try to do a Vader on the ship, where he tries to pull the ship back. Unfortunately, he's not as strong as Vader, and he's forced to let go of the ship. Otherwise, he would be almost dragged behind by the ship, as he's gripping the ship so strongly, but doesn't have the power to grip himself to the planet. So he lets go before he's sent flying alongside the ship. So this is when Luke comes into the system in a brand new X-Wing. And he's basically doing a Death Star run on Starkiller Base alongside the remnants of the New Republic's fleet, or whatever the New Republic was able to scavenge together. They will succeed in their mission, Luke destroying the super weapon that is Starkiller Base, while the New Republic fleet basically keeps the rest of the First Order away from him. This is where the First Order will escape. As soon as Luke gets into the system, Snoke will tell Kylo to leave the planet, and they will both escape in time before Luke is able to destroy the Starkiller Base. So Starkiller Base explodes. The New Republic fleet, however, cannot chase after the First Order remnants because they are far too tattered after all the ion cannons and turbo lasers being shot at them. And this is where we end the episode, with Luke having a new disciple to teach. That will be Finn. And as Rey tries to deal with her anguish over Han's death, as he saved her multiple times in the past and even set her up with her new family in the New Republic. So yeah, don't forget to leave a comment on what you think about this story. Like and subscribe, every little bit is appreciated, and I read all the comments. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, episode 9. Bye bye.